Welcome, everybody. Welcome. And my name is Shri. I'm a video marketing producer, and I interview entrepreneurs from all over the world. And today, the entrepreneur I'm bringing on, do you ever find yourself, you're going live, you're doing videos, you're posting content, but yet you're still not, it doesn't feel like it's you. You feel like you don't have a voice and you feel like you want to share a point of view, but you're just scared for whatever reason it is. I know when I started going live or even doing videos, I was very shy. I actually, though you even though you couldn't see it, I still showed a lot of inside of me. I was nervous. I was scared. I was scared what others would say about me. Sometimes it comes up, especially when I'm trying to push myself out there. And so today, my guest, who is a digital coach, and he helps and mentors others to be able to show up confidently, speaking with their voice, sharing their story, and those point of views that could be as extreme or considered extreme. I am so excited to be having him on. His name is Adil Ahmed. Thank you so much for joining in, Adil. How's it going?
Hey Shri, I'm doing great. Hi to all the viewers out there. I'm so happy and excited to be on this special episode of 232 How to Build Social Confidence and sharing the platform with Shri. Super excited. Tons of love to you and super happy.
Well, thank you again. And yeah, I can't believe it's even 232. And the funny part is, I actually am booked out until April of next year. So there's still more episodes that are coming out. So don't think that this is just where it ends. Let's get into this. Now, for those of you who are joining in, even if you're in the audience, just lurking or watching or just listening, do let us know, where are you tuning in? What are your questions that you have? I mean, if you want to become an affiliate marketer or any of those questions that you have, definitely share them. So, Adil, before you even got into what you're doing today, you were a
Yes.
financial analyst. And if you didn't know, I was once a financial analyst. So I always have to ask, like, what got you into looking at numbers all day long?
It is for the love of numbers. Do what you love. Passion comes with a purpose. So exactly, I just started my journey after my MBA. I loved finance and the same time marketing. So this is where my journey started. And then during the pandemic, you know how the world changed tables. So it all began work from home, and people who were not tech savvy became savvy, and then people who lost their jobs had to find something convenient for them to run their lives, because pandemic was not the end of the world. We had to survive, but there were different ways, new ways turned out. So that's how I just started my journey out there. Just like you see me now, how confident I am today and what I was there. So it all started with an inspiration, with a mindset that I have to do something to serve the world. So that's why I'm here today sharing this platform with all of you. So before I begin my journey of entrepreneurship, I just like to tell all the audience out there, being an entrepreneur is like being an explorer and an inventor, shifting the mindset from consumer to creator. That's going to be hard, but definitely there are a few tips and tricks which we would love to share with you, which is going to make your life easy. So solving the problem of the people and achieve what you deserve. So this is the life of an entrepreneurship. So do you
Cool.
believe this
I
three?
do. I do believe, I definitely believe, and it is true. We are here to
Yes.
solve a problem. But before we get into that, because there are some questions on that. So you were a financial analyst, pandemic
Mhm.
happens. Now you're trying to figure out, how do I make ends meet? Were you one of the ones that got laid off, or did you start what you're doing before then?
No, I had passion for writing books. So I then started writing books and got it published on Amazon. So that was the moment for me that there's a different way out. So that's where I started this journey, and public speaking then inspired a lot of people. how to start about. That's where that gave me the flair that I have the edge over others. And a lot of people started joining me in this journey of confidence, and it just started off. And here I am today.
Okay, so now I'm going to dig a little bit deeper because your
Yes.
services,
Hmm.
which you will explain to us what you do,
Yes.
but
Hmm.
when you started your journey
Yes.
and you started to have to,
Hmm.
you put out a book. Were
Yes.
you told how much work it takes to promote that book?
It takes a lot of time, to be frank, for the thoughts to flow in, and then putting it in the right phrasing. So I would like to tell all of you, don't be a perfectionist. Just go with the flow, because thoughts once come in, and if you're just looking for perfection, you will not go further ahead, the next step. So it is better just put the thoughts flowing across, and later we can do it perfection, because growth happens gradually. So once you just pen it down, keep flowing in of thoughts. I believe early morning is the best part, because the nature itself, when you start getting connected to nature, like the river flowing, early birds chirping, the rise of the sun, all these nature elements, when you start getting connected to your mind and heart and the soul, you will just be mesmerized how the world is created and how you are connected. And every breath of air is truly fantastic. When you just start concentrating and meditating, all the flow of thoughts will be divine. And that's how you will be able to complete the book. For all those people who are viewing and who are listening to us, this is how my journey of book started. It took me a
Well,
couple of
no.
months.
The so yes, that part is important, learning how to write the book, but I'm talking about the promoting of the book.
Yeah.
Like going out there. No, so when I published a book with
Yeah.
19 other people,
Hmm.
she didn't really tell us how
Yes.
much work it would take to
Hmm.
promote the book. And she never explained that you don't
Hmm.
make money on the book. You make money with all of the things that come from the book, which are like speaking gigs and
Yes.
getting in front of audiences or being able to coach and train. So for you, Adil, did
Yeah.
you know that there was a lot of work to promote the book?
Yes, exactly. Writing a book is first phase of the journey. Second phase of the journey, it's being on the field. That's what I would like to say, because that's when you network. Your network is your net worth. I truly strongly believe in, because when you are written pages and pages and pages of story which is concerned to you or related to you, and you want others to read, so that has to go through a particular channel. Only then others will be able to read it. So we have a lot of platforms which gives you the leverage. Amazon, so you can circulate among your friends. That's the first circle. Second circle, your readers, your target audience. So that's when you are publishing, promoting. When a lot of new people come in touch with you, you will be able to do the needful. And people from across countries, when you connect, your circle becomes bigger and bigger. And definitely it's not a one day task. You need to plan that in advance, that particular phase. It's going to be 1 month or 2 months, how you're going to promote. And my main solution to you is, don't burn money. You can
Mm.
ask your friends to either promote it on their stories on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. So that particular audience will start connecting with you, and they in turn will just circulate. It's just a process. This what will make your book uh, perfect. And moreover, the reviews. Once a lot of people on Amazon, first they see the product, they just scroll down to see the reviews first, then go by the product, the looks and all of that. So don't judge a book by its cover. It's truly said, because reviews is what matters before the next person goes ahead and removes the wallet to make the purchase.
And I'm really glad you brought that point up because if we have a product or a service or an offer, and I know I'm bringing this topic up right now
Yes. Mhm.
because we are getting into, well, it is gift season
Yes.
and it is also the time where people are shopping for themselves or for others, or they're thinking about how can I get ready for 2024. So
Mhm.
if you are a creator and you hadn't done this before, you could
Mhm.
still launch a product with the idea of saying it's beta and you're just trying to see what it would be like. It's still a discount and you're
Mhm.
still offering it to others, because I really like the idea that you said don't burn money, get your friends involved in sharing their stories. You can do like a live like this, and you can read
Yes.
the book. You can get people to go to Amazon, download that book, write reviews. So there are so many ways that you can take an experience and
Yes.
translate it into other things. So Adil,
Yes.
tell us a
Sure.
little bit about what it's like to, what are your services, and what can somebody expect when working with you?
Sure. Before that, I would like to give you a teaser. So, whenever you are publishing a book, the most heart touching chapter, you could just put a screenshot of it and let the audience know with their reactions. How is it? Has it touched you? Is it going to impact you? You can trigger them some questions. So that's where the curiosity comes in. Like, let me see what the book is all about. Let me read it, how the cover page looks, and who's the author. So these triggers will let the flow of thoughts for the audience, and that's how they are going to reach out to you. And before that, community is what helps you go miles. Now that you have your audience, your community is your first circle, because your community you never know, because you're not interacted with them on a daily basis. So once you put up something like an offer or a contest that I'm going to launch a book and this is my trailer for you, hope this helps you or creates an excitement. So these trigger questions will help the spark, and that's when you bring out a live, in that live you can give them a discount if you are going to purchase my particular product in this particular time frame. Definitely, and you may choose a lucky winner, because that lucky winner is going to be your fan forever. So this way you can help boost your sales.
Mm.
And the person who's buying the second book or the third book for the family for gifting, maybe you can feature them on your post, or you can write a letter email to them which is connected heartfelt, so that because these days a lot of people are not connected, they are just viewing you. But when you feel the attachment of your audience, that's when they are going to be your fans and followers forever. That's what I would like to say. This is the
Well,
teaser.
well said. Now, tell
Yeah.
us a little bit, because now we have an idea of what it's like to work with you. I really love that you brought that up
Yeah.
about a snapshot. And I actually will say, show the juicy, spicy part of your offer, your program. Stop being afraid to show it. Like, we're so afraid to say this is what we're going to talk about. How about you
Mhm.
just show a little bit? Like, how do I know what
Yes.
it's like to work with you? Right. Just like some
Yeah.
of you might be wondering, what is it like to work with my agency? Well, let me just tell
Mhm.
you, we are not going to show and do all of the trends. We're more about, let's showcase your story. Let's showcase what makes you unique, and let
Yes.
people build a relationship so they can decide if they want to work with you or not. And yes, trends help, but they're not everything. And I really like this. I actually took a note because I think that sometimes we're so scared to share those snapshots. So, Adil, what are the services you provide?
Services. Firstly, I get a lot of people who are beginners. They are new to social media. They have a particular product. They don't know what to do about it. So I tell them, I guide them through my 2 days, 3 days program, how to do it, because I can just teach them. And in the long run, they have to do it on their own, because social media confidence is for a longer run, because you are your brand. I can help you guide through the path. And after 3 days, I can give you my extended support. But later, you are the brand, you are the face of the product. Tomorrow, people will not remember your product, but they'll remember you, because you have been connected to your product and your audience. So that's how I just start off with them. This is what inciting, because when I spoke about this, to a friend of mine. He was so excited. He just told this to another friend of his, and that just spread on. I'm staying in down South India, and I started getting clients from the north, where I'm nowhere connected. That's how the power of communication builds out. And so much of confidence it started beginning that I told my other clients that my schedule is getting full, and he said, no, I'm going to block the calendar. It's for me. So that's how your journey will begin. And your confidence will rise every day, and you'll get perfectionist over a period of time, because your client will say, I need this modification, this. But later, once you start working and putting your best of efforts, you will be extremely wonderful. And your results will be getting you your next client.
I want to bring up that point where you say your client was starting to say, well, I don't like this and I don't like that. True
Yeah.
story. I have a current client and
Yes.
we have been interviewing them and that's how we do the videos.
Yes.
And some of the feedback they got from their patients was like, you don't look professional, you're slouching. But I was telling the
Mhm.
doctors and the team, like, you have to understand that's your current patient. It's weird to see you in that light, but somebody who doesn't know you, they
Yeah.
like that it's not too strict or too like it's just you being you. And funny story is that the other day they shared with me a link of of a competitor of theirs
Yes.
who's
Mhm.
doing the same kind of videos. So I want
Yeah.
to get into the next question, which is really something that many of us struggle. And
Yes.
I want to show up as myself. I mean, people use this word authenticity,
Yes.
authentically, but how do you show up as yourself? Because at the end of the day, like,
Mhm.
look, I could pretend to be authentic. When I showed up in my first year of doing lives and videos, I was showing up, but it was the moment that I broke down on live when I said that I don't see my value. That's when people were like, "Oh my god, this is the first time we're seeing you." So I wanted to ask you, how do you help your clients be able to show up as themselves? Because sometimes we don't like what we see in the mirror. We don't like
That's
the way we look. We don't like we feel that we're a failure, but I want to give this note before you answer, Adil.
true.
Failure is part of success. It's part of your journey
Exactly.
to grow. But for somebody who's new, showing up and being like, all I see is failure. I don't like the gray hair. I don't like the psoriasis. I don't like this. How do you help others be able to get past that and just show up as themselves?
I would like to say it's like this. Yeah, because whenever a person is gone through failure, there'll be a lot of experiences with them, because they have faced a lot of clients on the other side. Every new customer being on social media is totally different, because you may get demotivated by the likes, comments, views. So all of this should not matter to you. This is all a secondary phase. What you have to do is you're doing it with a purpose, is within your heart, because you have made the mindset that I am here for a purpose, for a reason, and my audience is going to like me. So the shift in the mindset is first thing I would like to share with all of you. Okay. So you have two options with you. First one is choose to be excited about the possibilities and move ahead with a bigger vision and a purpose of life to be served. Okay. So if we have not done this today, we would not have done 232 episode.
Yes.
Okay. And the second option I would like to give you is worrying about the future, which drains down the positive energy to think beyond and being creative. Overthinking kills the game. So a lot of people are in this second category, worrying about the future, whether this will look good, whether should I show up or not, because laziness catches up, and that's what pulls you down to your dark phase. So once your dark phase, a lot of people need inspiration to pull up, because their one post or one article of theirs would have inspired somebody else, not immediately, but at a later point of time. That's when you pull back, that I have the courage, I have the spirit to take the life to the next level. So this is what I would like to say. Don't ever slip down to your dark phase. Success will come to you, definitely, not in a short run. Always plan for a longer run. This is what, but ultimately make money. I would like to tell everybody here, because we are here for a purpose, for a reason to serve. But in the longer run, you have to channelize and make sure it gives you happiness at the end of the day and your audience as well.
I'm going to let that soak in for a little bit for some of us because that was really good to, because it's easy to get stuck in, well, I don't have the numbers. I
Yes.
don't have the same results as some people. And you
Hmm.
start to compare. Hell, I was there this week, and I will say that many of you didn't even know you shared something about the live shows or your journey and how I was a part of it. And
Yeah.
that meant so much. I mean, even Adil said some things to me that I was like, I didn't recognize that sometimes even when I've been doing this so long, even I have moments where I get stuck in
Yes.
where I'm at. And we have Sonal who's here.
Yes.
She's an amazing coach to work with, and
Hi.
she even said in a group that we are in
Mhm.
that she took time off and she recognized that how far she came, because when we're in the middle of it we don't see it. And if
Yes.
I was to look at that, sometimes I get stuck in, I don't recognize how far I've come until these beautiful blessings come and tell you, like, you inspired me for the last 2 years, or I love your show, or you motivated me to want to go live with you. So I hope
Yes.
that message that Adil said, like, you don't know how
You're
your
in the right
content,
journey.
your journey, your content can affect someone else. So
Yes.
hey Robert, thanks for joining in. I want to say thank you to everybody who's joining in. If you have questions, definitely share them. And
Yes.
so the next question I have is,
Yes. Please
how
go
do
ahead.
you build a voice in an industry, especially if you're trying to become a affiliate marketer or just getting it started in your
Mhm.
business?
Yes.
Our voice is so important, but it sometimes feels like there's so many options out there. But how do you help someone just say, you know what, your voice matters?
Exactly. So here I would like to put across these points. Your ideas matter, but taking them out to the marketplace and making it profitable. And then collaborating and taking risk with those who are already in the industry and reaching out to them. And ultimately, it's the follow up. Fortune is in the follow up. I like to say a lot of people may not buy at your first go, but it's in the follow up. It's how you show the process to them, your success, and then your reviews, your student success, and all of this. And ultimately, you build a community. Community is what today's world is running into, because community is what helps us staying connected on social media. Without community, you're just an individual just running your daily errands. But a community helps you to build a family on the social platforms, because community is what you need at the end of the day, because happiness, sadness is there in everybody's life. You need to share it to somebody, and your success you need to share, or else you'll just be all alone in this world. So that's how community is. You go wherever communities, let it be on a weekends or in our office, after office gatherings. So that's what makes an individual happy from their boring life. So that's what I would like to share. Get meetings, small meetings, parties, and all of this is the right platform where you can share your success, your stories, and you can connect and network with people who didn't even think you are the right person for them. It's all just connecting the dots.
I love
That's
how
how.
you said, hey, you celebrate your boring life or get away from your boring life, which sometimes if you're not, you don't want to be around a lot of people, you could
Yes.
just have that one person who is in alignment with your goals,
Hmm.
who doesn't want to bring you down but bring you up, but also shares things to you. that maybe you're not seeing. And you could find those communities. I'll bring up Sonal. She has an amazing program where she
Yeah,
helps you put back hours in your life because you're removing what doesn't work. Adil has a
exactly.
community. I have a free Facebook community. Robert Barry has a community for auditors. But you need to find a place where you could be you and
Yeah,
listen and hear and learn from others, because we got to
yeah,
remember we're not the only ones in this world going through
exactly.
life. There's so many other folks. So I want to ask you, Dil, I mean,
That's where
affiliate.
authenticity comes into picture.
That's true. That's true.
That's where I connect with the dots. Authenticity is where you are free to open and share your views without thinking what others will say about me, because those are all like-minded people. So that's when you are free to express your creativity to your
Yes.
fullest potential.
Absolutely, it does. It does. I'm like soaking this and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, yes. And Sonal is sharing,
Yes.
having that place to just be you is so, so important. We can find it hard to admit where we struggle ourselves. And I will say this, even if you are in that group and you're still struggling to share your story, don't be
Mhm.
afraid, because at the end of the day, our stories may not be the same, but the struggle is still the same. I'll give an example. If you have an account with a negative $150, that's a
Mhm.
pain. But Alex Harmazi shared, and he shares in his book, $100 Million Leads, he talks about where he had a negative $150,000. Even though the numbers are different, the pain is still there. So never negate your pain or what you're going through. Just people might, people can relate to the struggle. So I wanted to ask you, Adil, if you are
Yes.
thinking about becoming an affiliate marketer, or if you are thinking about working with a brand, what are
Yeah.
some things we should keep in mind? Because this is something that some people are wanting to do for 2024.
Yeah. Affiliate marketing, I would like to say it's for the beginners. It is low risk, and you don't have your own product or services, nor you don't have your email list. So it's from the start, and you get paid for what is being sold, the particular product. So first thing is the product. You have to understand the product and relate it to something which is going to be helpful, like the beauty product. For example, you have to tell your customer that I have used it and I am seeing the difference. Only then I'm recommending it to you. Because until and unless you don't connect with your targeted audience, then it's going to be difficult. Because I have seen a lot of people flourish in this particular business. So communication is the best part. So the decision to take the leap forward with faith and leaving excuses behind is the first principal goal if you are going to start with affiliate marketing. You got to overcome emotions, because people may think, what is he doing, what is he up to, is he going to earn enough, all that. So if you're putting that emotions aside and thinking about the product on the lines and seeing your future ahead, so that's the first thing. Follow up on growth and consistency over first time perfection. A lot of people have this mindset, I got to be perfect, only then people are going to judge me correctly. So all this will going to pull you down in some other way. Just be yourself and you will go ahead. Learning to be okay and never limit yourself, because if today is not going to be good, tomorrow is definitely going to be good. So bring things on the positive side. That's when you can pull yourself up in tough times or situations, because not everybody is the same in the world. So you're going to meet some people who are going to be really happy with you. Some days you're not going to be happy with other people. So converting your strength to weakness, this is where your experience comes into play over a period of time. So that's how the industry works.
So we've just went over how you can show up confidently, how your
Yes.
voice matters, how to
Mhm.
even decide if you want to get into just understanding before you pick a brand that you want to be collaborate with. You can do
Yes.
affiliate marketing, but there's so much more. And instead of trying to cram it all in this episode, what I'm going to tell you is I'm going to ask Adil, how can we connect with you?
Sure, you can just drop me an email, or you have my Instagram ID where you can just DM me. We'll take it further ahead. We could schedule a slot one on one, how we can things take the things forward, and then network and establish so that I can help you overcome your problems and provide you valuable solutions so that it's going to be helpful to you and create the impact which you really wanted for your audience.
And the in the comments there are the
Yes.
links. If you're listening to this on my podcast, Adventure of an Entrepreneur, I'll make sure I'll have the links in the description. Also, I have a new episode that's out. What I'm doing is I'm taking there's like 200 plus episodes. So there's an old one and there's a new one. The old ones are coming from Instagram and the new ones are coming from the ones that I did on LinkedIn. And so there's always an old and a new. Make sure to check it out. The link is in the comments. And if you're listening on the podcast, thank you so much. Leave a 5-star review. So I
Sure.
wanted to ask the last question. It's a super hard
Please
one.
bring it
And
on.
that is, what is it that you like to do when you're not talking about marketing and you're not working with clients?
Be free. Be available to the people whom you need the most. That's the family, friends, your people whom you have not been in touch for a long time. Because that's when you feel like the life where I started from, where I neglected because I had other commitments, I had some goals, bigger visions. I was not able to give time to them. When you give time to them, you feel the world is yours.
So there you have it. So when he is not doing anything related to marketing, he is spending time. And Sonal says the people that matter love it. And I will agree to that. Whenever my daughter comes in town for the holidays from college, I do spend time with her, except I try to get her on camera and share it with everybody. She hates that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna stop here and we're gonna go to Instagram. So I'm asking you to come and join us because we're gonna get
Yes.
into this a little bit more. But I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined in the
Thank you so
conversation,
much.
joined the live, joined the replay. Thank you, Adil, for being here,
It was
sharing
my
all that you
pleasure.
did. And until my next live, which is next week, Thursday, have a wonderful evening or a day. And bye, everybody.
Bye bye. Don't miss to be on the next episode for